It's like, it's the day before Hanukkah, and this year it starts in November. So because it's a lunar calendar, it drifts, right?
Yeah, sometimes it's near Christmas.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, in the past they've overlapped, but now you get 8 days of Hanukkah in the beginning of December and 12 days of Christmas at the end of December. It's just like basically it's a party all December, right? So
Just
Maria, can you tell me why you picked this recipe?
Because we are talking about Hanukkah. Hanukkah is tomorrow, and we want to make the sufganiyot. We just learned this year to make the sufganiyot. Last year we just buy it, okay? But now we learned with my mother how to make the sufganiyot. So I thought it will be a nice experience to share with you.
Yeah, I asked my mother, and my mother said nobody in our family makes it. It was always my great aunt Henya who was the one that made it. And what do you call it? So I will be learning. I have fried things before, but I have never made donuts with the jelly inside of them. So and so what do you know what's so special about Sufganiyot?
What's the real special with the sufganiyot?
Well, I do know that the main ingredients for majority of Hanukkah dishes have to have the miracle of oil in it. So either fried stuff or stuff that has a lot of oil in it, right? That's kind of the chance to throw the diet out for the holiday, right?
Of course.
Just like so. All right, I put myself in your hands. I think I will put it in the chat so I will not the recipe. So basically we've got dry yeast. Here, I'll my pile of stuff here. I think I've got everything. I've got the dry yeast, milk, eggs. Now, one thing we forgot in the recipe, it doesn't say flour in there. Oops.
Doesn't flour.
No.
Oh,
Just,
sugar.
I've got sugar, olive oil, jam, and then a custard cream of eggs, sugar, cornstarch, and some vanilla. So, all right. Let's start cooking.
Let's start cooking. So let's begin with the pastry cream, because we have to fill the sufganiyot. We have to put inside the pastry cream. So let's start. You can buy it, okay? You can buy it, your pastry cream, if you want it with pastry cream. Other people want it with jelly. You can put inside jelly too. But let's try to make the pastry cream by ourselves, okay? So can you hear me, please?
Yeah, very well.
Oh, that's great. So we are working. Pastry cream. So we have here the pan. So we have to put inside the pan 2 glasses of milk, please, inside. 2 eggs. We have to use 2. So half, okay, cup of sugar and 2 spoons of cornstarch. You have to use 2. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
So we're just making like a custard, yeah?
Yes, like a custard cream, pastry cream, or the cream patissiere. Okay, so you have to whisk all the ingredients. You have to whisk.
All right, I am going slow here, so let's see.
Let's see. Okay. Go slow.
Where's my bowl? Here it is. So, now do we put all this in the frying pan or in a bowl first?
Oh, no, please, in the pan. Because this has to go to the oven, to the, excuse me, to the stove, to the kitchen.
So,
Okay,
yeah,
just start warming it up. So, just a half a cup of milk.
Yes. 20 milliliters, half, 2. Milk, 2. Uh-huh, half. Okay, okay, let's make a little remember here. 2 cups of milk. 2.
2 cups of milk.
2 cups of milk.
Uh-huh. 2 eggs. You need the yolk, the yellow part, okay?
Just the yellow part.
The yellow part. That's all. You have to open the eggs and you will use the yellow part.
You got to separate your yolk from your white.
That's right. So when you are ready, please let me know.
All right, I'm just putting all this. So we're just putting the yellow part in.
Mira, me está poniendo aquí. Mira, mami. Can you see, mommy? Who's making the mixture? The pastry cream or custard? ¿Tú llamas pastry cream o le llamas custard cream?
Custard cream. All right. And then how much sugar?
How much sugar? Half cup and a half. A half
Half cup sugar.
cup of sugar. That's right, please. Inside the pan.
And do I start? I could start warming this milk up while I'm measuring this stuff in there, probably.
Buscando las tetas de la.
All right, I'm gonna put this milk on very, very low. Let's start. And just the yellow part of the eggs in there.
Yellow, please. The yellow part of the eggs. Of the egg.
And then a little bit of vanilla. How much vanilla was it? 1 teaspoon?
1 of vanilla. We have it here.
All right.
I'm surprised that you're not using a double boiler.
Oh, excuse me?
You're going to
Would
have
make
to
it
really,
easier, but
you're going to have to keep whipping that. I mean, you're going to have to really be stirring that so it doesn't scorch.
And then you have to put the cornstarch. No, 2 spoons of cornstarch.
Did you get that?
yeah.
Cornstarch.
Yes, we call it here maicena.
That'll make it thick.
Where did I put it? Here it is.
Tablespoons?
Here we
Okay.
have. This for us, this is the teaspoon, for example. And this
Yeah,
is
there's
the,
a, yeah.
And then to the stove to boil it until it's like thick. Then you can handle.
You got to
it's
keep
thick.
you got to keep stirring it though.
Make it thick. So if you have any questions, please let us know.
Are you making it also or just me?
Talking to me?
What temperature, Maria, do you have it at?
Make it until this is thick like this.
Oh, look at that. You are doing fancy way. You're not supposed to have it instantly made. 20 minutes later, I'll be still stirring this and you already have yours made.
It says you bring it to a boil over medium heat and then turn off the heat and set it aside for 15 minutes.
You have to boil it.
Yeah, you got to bring it to a boil.
Until it's make it, until it's thick, okay?
I'm afraid to put it too hot because you can burn milk really easily.
Well, that's why it said medium.
But it doesn't say stir constantly, does it? No.
No, but you should probably.
You're in your oven
Listen.
stove right now?
It says whisk vigorously. You don't want any lumps remaining. Of course not. So,
Yeah, it says, yeah.
so this will take a little while to get hot.
It will take a little
I
while.
should, one of the tricks, I always forget to do this, is take your milk out of the refrigerator early so it warms up a little bit.
Yeah.
And I always forget. I always take everything out of the at the last minute. So, all right. While this is warming up, we could be mixing the flour, right? I can mix with this hand and get the flour ready. All right, Maria,
Right,
you want to start making the flour part?
okay. Dice que va a ser la que dice que comencemos a hacer la harina. Agua y- So, second please. Let's start making the sufganiyot with the flour. Okay, we have here 2. We have
How
to
much
put,
flour do we need?
2
2 cups of flour.
flour. Not flour, flour.
Plain flour. All right. 2 cups. All right, what's next?
Well, I think you have to have some yeast in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
It says combine the yeast, sugar, and 2 cups of the warm non-dairy milk in a small bowl.
So then I have to warm up milk.
We have here the flour.
Yep.
There's, excuse me, 3 cups of flour.
3 cups,
of flour.
not 2.
Wow.
We're making a lot of donuts. No messing around. If Fred and I were making it, we just do a half a cup and that would be it. Just 1 donut for us.
We'd make 1 big donut.
So we are with the flour, we are in the step of the flour, okay? Right now. The huevos.
Okay, I have the flour. Now what?
Okay. Then 2 eggs, please. Sí, pero de los huevos 2, enteros. 2 huevos. You have to use 2 eggs, the whole eggs, okay? You have to put inside.
Okay, 2 whole eggs in the flour.
That's right. Okay, sí, mami.
Oh, come on.
Queda 1. So we have 1 egg here. Ahí va otro. And number 2. 2. So, 2. Yeah.
2 eggs.
Levadura. So when you're ready, please let us know.
Okay, I've got my custard just started simmering, so I'm gonna we said when it comes to a boil to set it aside.
Yeah.
Yes, please. Ya le está comenzando. And you can, and the custard cream, when it's ready, please put, I don't know how to call it. There is, in order to protect the cream, you have to put something like, ¿cómo se llama papel? A paper. There is a paper that you have to put, if you want it, of course, you have to put to cover the custard
Parchment
cream.
paper, yeah.
Parchment paper.
Parchment paper.
I
You have
probably
to-
have some somewhere, but I'm afraid to put parchment paper on the stove, catch on fire.
I think that-
So,
Well,
all right.
So,
But I need to warm up some milk for this, right? You need warm milk for the donuts, right?
Hmm?
You need warm milk for the donut or no?
yes, we're gonna all more.
Okay,
So, tell us when you are ready, please.
I'm ready. I have the flour and eggs.
And then you have to use the yeast. ¿Cuánto de levadura? Una cucharada. One spoon of yeast.
Tablespoon of yeast, it looks like.
Mhm.
I
So,
just put,
How you,
dump that in.
you have to prepare the yeast in half a cup of warm milk.
Okay, see, yeah, I need to warm some milk real quick.
Yes. If you want, there are other yeasts that are ready to put inside the flour, okay? You don't have to melt it
Yeah,
with milk.
The
or
yeast
water.
won't work unless it's warm.
Yes,
Yep,
we have this. We have to mix with water or milk.
and yeah, it's like warm up the milk, but then take it off because if it's too hot, it kills the yeast, right?
That's right. It's warm but not hot.
That's right, warm but not hot.
Okay, I'm warming up the milk. Let's see what else we can do.
So you tell me
Now
when.
in the directions, it says butter, but in the ingredients, there was no butter. So do we need butter? I can get butter out.
I don't know, you will see later. Then we prefer, my mother told me, we prefer to use olive oil.
Oh, okay.
It's better. My mother told me it's better than butter.
It's healthier too, yeah.
Yes, of course, it's healthy. It's healthier.
So let's see here. Warm milk. All right. But
Ready with the milk to put inside the yeast. Remember that is one spoon of yeast and half cup of water.
oh man, this custard, look how thick that custard's getting. That's a good way of doing it, where you just bring it to a simmer and then set it on the back of the stove.
Yeah, you don't run a chance of scorching it that way.
Yeah, because I always leave it on the heat and it always ends up burning. All right. Let's see. All right, milk is warm. And then we said 1
So-
tablespoon of yeast in the milk.
And then you have to whisk it. Okay,
Yeah.
whisk
Whip it up.
to make the mix. You have to use this whisk to make the mixture. Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay.
Dear, watch it. I'm lazy. I'm gonna whisk it up.
Darla a la licuadora, ¿será bien? A la batidora. ¿O no? ¿Qué cosa? La levadura. No, le digo que no. No, se lo
You have to
no,
just do it gentle, right?
yes, it's not necessary to use the Judge Pro. You can use this one, okay? It's a little bit, okay?
Okay. I was trying to be lazy.
You can use it if you want it.
All right.
So
Let's see, all we have in here are the eggs, a little milk, and the yeast. We have to add sugar to it or no?
yes, now this is the yeast we have to put inside the dough. And now, please let me, when you're ready, because we have to add the sugar. ¿Cuántas? Media taza. Half cup of sugar.
Half cup of sugar.
Yes. We prefer half, okay? Many people want 2 or 1.
Yeah, if you just put a little bit in, then you can,
Because
then
you
you
have to,
taste the jam a lot better too.
Yeah, you're already gonna have jam in there that's sweet.
okay, so you don't need too much sugar for the dough. So and now there is a secret. You have to put like here a little bit of salt. Look at this, please.
Looks like about a half a teaspoon of salt.
Yes, and around the dough, please. Around. Okay, tell me when you are ready.
I'm ready.
Ready? So now it's all the you have to make it up here. So you like my mother.
Mix it with your hand.
Yes, it's better. Of course, she washed her. She washed her hand already.
Oh yeah.
Please make it up.
Hey, I think that's the best dough you've made since you've been going, or?
That's true. Usually I have it. I add
Remember
too much
that
moisture.
Remember that combination.
The combination is put as little moisture as possible.
You can always add more moisture. That's true.
Hey Fred, you see someone's trying to come in?
Oh, my chat. I'm sorry. My chat was covering it up. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's Lenny from Brazil.
You're going to see that the dough
All right.
is soft and you can handle it like this, Maringa.
We can toss it up and
Like my mom is doing.
yeah, that'd make a good bread.
That's what it
See,
is.
my hands aren't
Oh my
sticky at
gosh.
all. It's like perfect.
Hold your hands with confidence. You have to roll it.
I mean, it's just like perfect.
Remember how you did that, or?
I forgot. I have to look again. Let's see. 3 cups of flour, 2 eggs, a teaspoon of half a cup of milk, a teaspoon of or tablespoon of now it's starting to get a little stickier. But all right.
Oh, don't forget a little bit of salt around the dough, okay? And tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready.
So we have so then you have to push then when it's ready you have to put I don't know how you call it, to rest the dough when the dough is
Yeah, those got to rest so it'll rise.
we make some dough already in order to show you how you have to put all the
This is like a fancy show. Everything's ready ahead of time.
yes, because we have I make it now.
So how long do you let it set usually? Like 20 minutes?
Here, because of the weather, because of Guayaquil weather, it's like have a 30 minutes, okay? 30 minutes or 40 minutes, okay? You have to get double of its size. So, you have to put a little bit of flour in your hands. That's better when you have to roll the dough, okay? Y de ahí media hora, ¿verdad? Sí, lo rico. So, un poquito de clima. And when you have to put to rest the dough, put a little bit of flour. Le quito la harina de la mano. So tell me,
I wonder how bad it'll come out if I try it now, even if it hasn't.
I think if you don't let it rise, it'll turn like more into a cracker.
Yep. So, all right.
So you can put the dough to rest, for example, inside the oven.
I'm tasting the custard.
So then you have to.
Oh, that custard is good.
Yeah, rica pero con harina, ya lo dije, que le quedó rica la crema pastelera. So you put to rest the dough around 30 minutes or 20 minutes. It depends.
And can you put a close up of the dough? Can I see how dry it is? Yeah, I think you added a little more flour because mine is still a little wet. No,
Yep.
it's probably about the same.
I
'cause her
think they
fingers
added,
are-
I think they did add a little extra flour.
But she put flour on her hand so it doesn't stick.
Your flour, and the thing is that you have to handle, you have to roll it, and you don't need anything like crazy gelling inside your hands. Why you have to put flour? Okay, you're gonna see that you roll the dough. It's like this, and you can handle it. Now you put the rest.
Okay.
Over
I'll
the dough.
practice. I'll take a little bit out of here to practice, but then I really want to let it set. So let me just take a little bit out of here. Just enough to make one donut. Do not do this at home. No, I mean, donut. Make it at home.
With this dough, you can make also a donut. So the second, please, because we have already.
All right, so I took a little bit so I can make. Now, how do you roll it out?
Yes. A second, please. Let's wait for my mom.
Okay. Yeah, mine is still pretty sticky. There we go.
So one thing, please. A trick from my mom. 3 spoons of olive oil. Look at this, please.
Okay.
Now
Right on top of the dough.
for the dough, so you can better. 3 spoons olive oil.
Was it teaspoons or tablespoons? I think teaspoons.
Teaspoons, little ones, please.
Yep.
Then you wanna see it. So cambia de contextura, queda suave. It changes its texture. Y ya no se pega en la mano. So won't be greasy.
Yeah, when I've done it before, they've done butter, but I like olive oil a lot better. a lot
Yeah, and she's
healthier.
really folding it over and punching it down. That
we prefer
gets
always
that yeast working. So it does take some, she's doing some kneading of it.
Mira.
Get the action going there.
Ya no se pega. Ya no se pega. It's not greasy. It's ya no se easy pega. To handle. So. So then we have to wait around 20 or 30 minutes. Okay. Then let's the other part. When you have to roll it.
All right, so I took a little bit out to fake like this was 20 minutes later, but you have some that's been sitting around for 20 minutes. All right.
Yeah, so don't wait for Orr because he doesn't have 30 minutes, so keep on going.
All right, how do we roll out the dough?
Don't forget to cover the dough. When you rest, a couple of minutes, like 2 or 30 minutes. You cover it.
You want to keep it warm, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. And then,
Hace unas bolitas.
then
Después hace unas bolas. La masa, y hace unas bolas. No, que hagamos con la mano, una bolsa. Y la
tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready. Let's roll it out in the hands, yeah?
You have to roll it. You have to roll all it off, okay? And then, for example, you can use these cutters if you want it, but we always use our hands. That's all. And you start with the small pieces, like here. Can you see it?
Yep.
So it's like this size. Well,
That's
mine
size.
isn't as nicely round. There we go.
Yes. Okay, you start making the little.
Nice.
We know there's some frying coming up, so if you're going to heat some oil up, you better get it going.
Oh yeah, I've got it. I got oil in the pan.
Mhm.
How thick is it this way?
Mhm.
Maria, how thick is it this way?
How thick? ¿Qué tan denso? You can see it right now. You can see it.
No?
Like this.
Okay.
It's like 2 centimeters.
You can handle and you can feel.
It actually looks very thick to me. Mine
Yeah.
is, I think mine is thinner. I
Mhm.
don't know. It's about as thick as my finger.
Okay, let me tell you something. We made this already, okay? Because when you have your little balls, you have to make them rest until they double its size,
Ah,
30 or 20 minutes.
So
So
you
they're
let the
gonna-
dough rise for 30 minutes and then you make the balls and then you let them rise again.
yeah.
That's right.
A lot of rising going on.
That's pretty typical though with yeast bread. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's true.
Just like, but all right. So now you are, what temperature do you fry it?
So let's see the fry it.
The recipe said 375, I think.
For example, you can see in here. I don't know.
Pero mire que no creció otro porque ya estaban y había crecido con lo que yo saqué de ella y se le hizo. No,
So mine is boiling. How about yours?
Oil is the olive oil. So
I think I have some, I dropped some dough in there because look at it pop.
we are boiling them. You can see it.
So yours has very little oil in it. You're making it very healthy.
There are people that put them inside the oven. They don't want to fry them. They prefer because they say it's healthier if you put it inside the oven and make them in order to make the sufganiyot. They want them in the oven. So you can see here, my mom is frying. But as I told you, there are people that prefer to put them inside the oven in order to make them, in order to cook them.
So how do you put the jelly in it? You put that in after they're cooked?
After.
Okay.
You have to put after the jelly or the custard cream.
But do you push down and make a place in the top when before it cooks, so you have a place to put the jelly?
You do it before. My mother do it after.
Oh, okay, after it's cooked.
She makes after.
Yeah, I've seen what do they call it? The thumbprint cookie where you put a hole in the center.
A little hole you have to make with a machine my mother had in order to put inside the custard cream.
Do you pipe it in there, I wonder, or do you just put it in
Oh, you
with like a
just-
spoon?
I mean, basically, you're frying a biscuit, right? Really?
Oh,
Yeah, sort of. Yeah,
So
kind of like a
I mean,
biscuit with,
when I remember doing it, we would get it and we would like pull it apart just a little bit, and then we'd stuff it as a kid,
so
as much as we could fit in there. Mine is definitely not puffing up because I didn't let it sit long enough. Good.
I have a question. Do you
Maybe,
need,
do
do
they
you
make
need,
something like this in Brazil? Yeah.
yes, we do. How do you know the donut is not raw? You need to put in low fire.
Oh no.
when you we have our cooking is for we use gas and you have to put lower. Low.
Sí, que no total.
Not so high. You have to put it low.
Like medium temperature. But you want it fried pretty vigorously, I think. I remember making it. And if it does it well, it puffs up while it's cooking.
But can I put on a stove to bake it?
you can put it in the oven and bake it, or you can fry it in a pan. Depends on how you like it.
I've never heard of a donut in the oven. Maria, you're muted. Yeah.
Maria says that some people like to do it in the oven.
Well, I guess if you were making a lot of it, you could do it in the oven. It'd be a lot easier.
Well, some people don't like to fry it in the oil because it's too much oil.
Tell me when you're ready, okay?
What do you call it? It's Hanukkah. We're supposed to have too much oil.
Oh, here. I don't know how you call it. This is the machine my mother used. This is the tool my mother used in order to put inside.
Yeah, this is a little, yeah, that's a little, it's a little pastry,
Pastry tool, I think.
yeah, it's a little pastry tool. There it is. That you do that like if you were making a cream puff.
That's right. My mother makes a whole.
You see that, or what she's using?
Okay. Yeah,
It's
can
like
you
a
hold
cocking- it's like a
hold the
cocking
camera
gun.
steady? Yeah.
It's like a cocking gun.
It's like a cocking gun for cooking. Just like
Oh,
that's a lot fancier than we did it. We always just like made it like this, and then we'd like, you know, basically making a sandwich.
I don't know. There are people that use custard cream. Other people use. I don't know how you call it. We call it here dulce de leche.
Yeah, we
I
have
don't know.
dulce de leche in the U.S. It's caramel, milk caramel. Yeah.
Here in Ecuador, there are two ways. For example, when you have dulce de leche from Argentina, you call it leche. But we have something similar that is manjar. We call it manjar. So now this is the step. You have to put inside. Okay. Inside this tool is the custard cream. So let's make the hole. My mother is making a hole here. Can you see it?
Yeah.
I have
What?
Yeah.
You're just filling it with the custard cream with that, right?
So here we have
If I can't do that.
So you put inside I don't know how you call it, this sugar, but it's sugar for the pastry, okay?
Oh,
Powdered sugar.
powdered sugar, yeah.
Powdered sugar for topping.
Well, where's the jelly or the jam?
Okay, wait a second. Please.
I'm getting ahead of. Oop. So you can. Do you put?
Jelly inside if you want it. That's
So you
up
can
to
put jelly inside or cream, or do you put both?
For example, for us, it's just custard cream, okay? But some people use this jelly. This jelly, for example, here they make here a little bit of jelly over.
Just topping it with some jelly.
Yep, that's how we always did it.
For example,
Yeah.
here,
Yeah,
Yep.
nice.
strawberry, a
Nice.
little bit of strawberry. Because if, for example, if you don't want too much sugar, you don't just buy it, the jelly at the store. You make it with strawberries.
Oh wait, I think I have powdered sugar. Where's the powdered sugar?
Maybe it's healthier.
So,
So it's
Sugar,
like
sugar, sugar. If I'm gonna make it fancy looking,
for example, of course, you can put inside. For example, you can put inside this tool the jelly. For example,
Yeah,
strawberry
same tool.
or the dulce de leche inside. Of course, you can.
dulce de leche.
They also use, for example, cherry. When you have to make a nice decor, for example, the garnish, when you have to make them fancy, you can play with them. You can put, for example, cherry or strawberry, or just leave it like here,
Mhm.
just for the cream.
Yeah. You
I
can take
prefer, really, I prefer them just with custard cream.
you could put a maraschino cherry in a toothpick.
Yeah, I put them.
Oh, let me
So-
switch.
Looks
Don't-
good.
Don't forget to send me a picture. Here's
Mhm.
mine looks good, but I don't think it tastes as good as yours because I don't have the cream inside. I didn't have the tool to put the cream inside, but I
Oh,
can do like this.
you can put chocolate, for example. If you wanted to, you can make chocolate. You can buy the chocolate and you can put also if you want it.
Mhm.
Up to
Oh.
you.
Excuse me 1 minute. I have to eat some jam. Mhm. All right. Oh, don't forget to send us a picture of your final beautiful plate.
Final job here. Okay, Mami Van dice que le
Right.
tenemos una pues, here. We finish our sufganiyot. Yeah.
I will be catching up with you in an hour after this dough rises. Does anybody have some questions? Just like this custard, I think actually is my favorite part, not the donut right now.
It's great. And of course, this recipe you can make donuts too.
It's just
if you
like,
want.
but
Mami, venga para acá. Mami, pero el plato está mojado.
but
No. So, now we're ready.
Ceder, muchísimas gracias. Just like,
Dora, bye-bye.
and now we have to eat 10 of them, right? You have to eat 10 of them. What?
Bye-bye.
For every time you light a candle, you have to eat one. Just like
44.
44 candles in total over the Hanukkah.
44 donuts.
Just like,
And then you have to make your New Year's resolution to lose weight.
just like, No, I mean, we eat fried food in honor of the fact that, you know, the oil burned. It was a miracle of burning. So it just kept burning and burning. So it's, you're supposed to get fat out of respect. It's just like, so
We will send you our picture.
anybody have any final questions? Thank you very much. I'll stop the recording and we'll stick around and do some eating here.
Okay. Vete a